being very
Well,
serious.
maybe, Cabby, you're jumping to conclusions.
Yeah, because Cabby's every Cabby conclusion is that everybody's falling off the wagon.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But dude,
Cabby
come on.
has fallen off that wagon many times, three or four times since I know him.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Once, actually.
Doesn't mean
No,
Artie's.
not once.
Doesn't mean Artie's out of control.
No, I'm not saying he is, but dude, you can't listen. For 80 plus years, people have tried to just quit one thing and still continue other things, and guess what? It doesn't work. It's been proven just by people relapse and that it doesn't work, man. I mean, I feel for the guy. I told the guy if he needs help or he wants to talk, call me, and he doesn't want that. And maybe there's some mental issues too, because part of addiction.
Hey, wait a second. Aren't you supposed to be in jail? What are you still doing around? Well, I don't understand something.
He got 2 months.
Hasn't it been determined that you are a public enemy number one?
Yeah.
I mean,
New York's most dangerous, most wanted.
When are you going into jail?
I spoke with Dominic yesterday, and everything's on for the 29th, as far as we know right now, of July.
The 29th of July?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to see you go.
Well, my worries are more about my dog, which Gary. I'm bringing Milton by actually tomorrow, so you guys can meet him.
Good. I want to meet Milton.
Yeah, and
and come in tomorrow.
My dog is my biggest worry, and second worry is, what do I do when I get out, like for employment.
I would not worry about anything if I were you.
You just go in and do what you got to do first.
Well, no, I mean, hey, listen, I understand that, but my career is going to be put on hold for 8 months. The way Dominic said it yesterday, I could be out in 8.5 months. Now, what that means, I don't know, but he knows a lot more about it than I do.
You know what? I wouldn't worry about a thing. Knowing you probably won't ever get out of jail. You'll probably be in so much trouble in there that you'll be a lifer.
No, that's not my plan. My plan is to go in there and lay low, and I'm going to try to write a book. I actually started my book already.
Yeah, but the warden has another idea.
What is the name of that book?
I really haven't narrowed it down to one name. I got a lot of ideas floating around. But
hey, the jail you're going to?
Yes.
The warden is a big football fan, and you could start a football team.
There's going to be a football game between you and the guards, and the warden is going to ask you to throw it.
Yeah.
Did you see how horrible that? Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
It's so bad. The original was so much better.
Yep.
It always
hey,
is.
Cabby, I got to go.
Howard?
Later, brother.
I love you, man.
Love you, too.
Hey, just wanted to say, so we called Artie. It goes straight to machine.
I see. Yeah. All right. Well, then we'll have to continue speculating. Sorry, Dave. Speculation will continue.
See, if I were Artie, right, just knowing all this, I would actually, as sick as I was, I'd be sitting next to my radio right now to squash all of this.
No, if he's truly sick, which I believe he is, then he needs to get his sleep and rest and not be involved with the show.
But what could he was fine yesterday.
Fine. Well, lately, Artie's been doing this thing where his eyes roll up into his head. Sometimes in the meetings on Thursday, I saw that.
Really?
Yeah, and every once in a while I look over and he looks like he's,
Well, I did look at his eyes last week after he came back, and I said, whoa, you do look like you've been through something.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. Because every time I look at him, his eyes would go like, can you see this? Watch it go.
Whoa! Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Wow.
And I went, whoa, that's
what is wrong with Artie then?
I don't know.
I mean, if he's got an illness, what is it? Whoa. He went to the doctor. He didn't come back with a report.
You can share that with us.
No, he said didn't he say he went to the doctor and it was some sort of virus?
Really? I don't know. I know he said he was going to the doctor on one of the tapes. I don't know if we ever got a report of what the doctor said.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, Howard, I forget the guy's name, but I kind of agree with him. He said that he's too stressed out. It's almost like a Kurt Cobain thing where you work so hard for something for so long and you finally achieve it, and it's just too much to handle.
Right. That might be, because ever since I've had this conversation with him about the movie, he's gone off the deep end.
Well, also, I think when we were talking about the Chappelle stuff,
right,
he seemed to relate.
Yeah.
Howard, I got to go. I love you.
I kind of find all this funny because, and maybe I'm just a strong person, but I just handle so many things in my life.
Right. If he had your life, he'd have already cycled, he'd have whirled out of control long ago.
Yeah, I mean, I just juggle so many things going on at once that I just wonder, it's hard for me to relate to this, but I'm going to try and put myself
See, I know that I couldn't do all those things.
Right.
And I've never attempted those things. You know, like I couldn't have a family or any of that crap. They'd be neglected.
Right. Yeah, I had it all going on. And I still do.
I know. You can't get out of it once you start it.
Yeah. So my choice could be to go into a mental institution and, you know, let go of my sense of reality, or just keep this going,
Yeah.
you know. So I don't even understand the option of laying down. But, you know, the guy could just be sick. You know, come on.
But even, you know, all illness is stress-related.
King of all blacks, you're on the air. Well, that's true. King of all blacks.
Yeah, I just think Artie's just tired. Like, you know what I mean? He hangs out and just drunk and everything, and his body's just tired.
You know what's really interesting about this discussion?
I don't think he's on coke or nothing like that.
A couple of people who have called in all reflect their own personalities and their diagnosis. Cabby is sure the guy needs an intervention because Cabby needs that.
Yeah.
King of all blacks is one of those guys who he's a real bright guy, but took an easy kind of way out of, you know, the job.
Yeah, no stress.
What?
No stress. And he gets tired easily.
I don't. I get up.
No. It's just interesting that everybody's coming at this from their own sort of lifestyle and their own issues.
Get out of here. I get up. I go to bed about 10 o'clock. I get up at 4 in the morning.
But you know, man. You know
And I never call out sick.
No.
What we're saying here is a great potential untapped.
Right.
See, what the problem is
you could have done a lot more with your life than be a street sweeper. Although, and I'm not putting it down. I mean, you do a good job, and you're a good guy, and you make a nice living.
1 year, I retired.
Right, and you got a game plan for life, and you're a together guy. But I know you. You're like, hey, man, I'm not going to do anything that's too taxing. I need all my free time. You know, you're not going to. You're going to make sure you get all your rest.
Do you really think I'm like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are you calling me lazy and shiftless?
No, I'm not.
Not at all. You do your job.
You do your job.
But you decided to take a job that would be you
No
hardly
stress.
think about it.
Right. You don't have to. You're not stressed out. It's like when I used to work in a kitchen. It was my favorite time of life. It was the hardest physical work I've ever done, but it was the best job I ever had because I didn't have to worry about a thing. I'd go in, I'd wash dishes, serve food, and
When
then
you took off that apron, it was over.
it was over. Then I'd go out, I'd smoke weed, do mescaline, drink, and wake up the next morning and do it again.
I know what you're saying. It's really like being a robot. Like when I get off work today, I really don't have to think about tomorrow because it's just the same procedure.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
you're gonna drive a truck. I mean, you know, that's it.
Yeah.
All right, I got to go. Hey, listen, we got to take a break. Enough Artie conversation. I hope Artie's okay wherever he is.
Yeah.
It seems like there's some sort of anxiety going on there. Anxious about something.
And I mean, he's never gone and taken your advice to go talk to somebody. Because this is a time he could use that.
I hooked him up with someone, and I think it took him months to go. I think he went one time, and then he split. Which, I think, maybe I'm talking out of school here. I don't know.
But he could really use that right now because he can't figure this out.
And, again, he could just be sick.
I'm telling you, he needs a release of valves that would let out some of the pressure.
If he comes in tomorrow, I'll help him.
All right.
I'll release some pressure for him. I'll have Fred.
You
Fred sometimes releases my pressure, and I'm going to have him do it for
You know where
Artie.
that valve is.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
That's what a buddy's for.
All right. All right, we're going to take a break. Maybe I'll loan him Sal for 2 nights.
I was going to say, Sal is available.
Yeah. We'll take a break. We'll be back right after these words.